Okay, so the one we are going to do next is that camper thing right there. He used to have this on that green 1-ton Ford pickup, but he tried to turn it into kind of a travel trailer. I don't know how often he really ever used it. Now this one, you'd think it has precious stuff in it because he made it really difficult to get into it, which he liked to do. One of the tricks, if you can't lock the hell out of it, put about 5 locks on it, then what you can do is get it as close as you can to something else just to make it hard to get in there. So this thing is, you can see it's chained right there to this Pepsi truck thing. You can also see there's a chain locking the door shut. And I think there's also a deadbolt on it. So the first thing I'm going to have to do is cut off that chain. I think I'll use a set of bolt cutters on those, and then cut that chain off. And then after I get it cut off, then I'll have to figure out how to move that thing. I need to move it a couple of feet, I guess. So I'll have to figure out how to move this thing out of the way so I can get into the back. Not very easy to get back here, is it? Let's see. Let's see, I don't know if there's a place I can get to this or not. There. Just to make it harder to move this camper, Harold had put a lock on the actual hitch. So if somebody actually managed to break into his yard, they couldn't just hitch up their truck to it and drive off with it. So the next thing I'm going to have to figure out is how to move that trailer away from that Pepsi truck. And you come along, hitch it to that hitch, and then to this crane truck. See if I can't just kind of winch it up and get it out of there so we can get in there. The next step was to try to find the right key to unlock the deadbolt on the door. Okay, Harold's bag of keys here. Now I'm going to try his main ones first. Good job, Harold. I cannot get into your thing. Eventually, I did find the right key, and of course, the door wouldn't budge. Keys don't work at all. As usual, Harold wasn't going to make this easy for me. He block the door somehow from the inside. So I'm going to try to help the window get a little bit lower. So I'm going to take some stuff out of the window so it slides down a little bit. Let's see if I can reach my arm in there to undo the latches, because I can't seem to do it from the door. If that doesn't work, then I'm taking a crowbar to it, because we got to see what's inside this thing. So. And I can't do that. I was able to get the window and the door open just enough to get my arm in. And sure enough, he'd wired the doorknob so that even if somehow someone got the key to the lock, the doorknob couldn't be turned. I finally managed to get the knob unblocked though, and finally the door opened. First look. Let's see what this shit show looks like. As I started going through the camper, I have to admit I was a bit disappointed. There really wasn't much of value in here. Not to say there wasn't a lot of stuff. Yeah. He'd stuffed this full of old microwaves, rotted cushions, old pots and pans, barbecue smokers. Wow. Even an above-ground swimming pool. There was ammo. 22 long rifle. A lot of ammo. 380 ammo. That's 22. But sadly, no guns. And it went on and on and on. $2.99. Most all of it still with the price tags. Value-wise, though, there just wasn't a lot. The smokers we sold at a garage sale for $20 each. There were some tools in there too. They were worth maybe $200 or so. The weirdest thing I found was in this styrofoam box. It turned out to be a radio-controlled glider. This thing had a wingspan of about 4 feet and was in perfect shape, though it was missing the radio control unit. The price of these is all over the place, but they fall somewhere into the $150 range. But to be honest, I don't even know where to start when it comes to selling it. Also, of course, I found the most important thing. Hey, just so everybody knows, found a vacuum cleaner. So, haven't missed one yet. By the way, to add to the misery of having to clean this place out, I had to wear a mask because of all the rat and mouse feces in there. But eventually, I got it done. Okay, that's a wrap on this one. Nothing really worth anything in here. Just some junk that we're going to try to sell in the estate sale, but nothing too fun. But again, all the staples. Oh, I'm talking to the camera. All the staples. Found a vacuum cleaner. We have to find one every time. And just a bunch of other random stuff. But this is the remains of it. A bunch of junk that will be taken out when we get a dumpster. With the camper completed, we moved to the other storage places. We wanted to get rid of this old gray Dodge, but the back of it was stuffed full of junk. So naturally, I had to go through it. It was sort of pointless. It seemed like Harold just put all his trash and rubbish in the back of this thing. There were tools, but for the most part, it was just full of trash. The one thing that was interesting was this. It's a doctor's medical cabinet, most likely from the 1920s or 1930s. It's steel and was painted, but the glass was still intact. I didn't really think that much of it until I looked one of these up online. To my surprise, they sell for over $2,000. So I took it home, stripped all the paint off, and sanded it smooth. Then I primered it, and then finally I painted it a nice shade of blue and then hit it with gloss. The finished product is actually pretty nice. Right now it's holding some of my booze, but we'll sell it off when we get the chance. So that's it for this episode. 2 more places off the list. Join us next time as we tackle the Pepsi truck on Harold's estate. And be sure to like, subscribe, and share so you never miss one of the treasure hunts.